Okay, this is Cobb Cemetery, where Cape Cod Haunted and History Tours from April through November is it's one of their stops. I'd like to introduce you to Lucy and Sarah. I call them my girls. Sarah's on the right. No, Sarah's on the left. Hello, dyslexia. And Lucy is on the right. I put their pinwheels every year. I replace them with new ones. And unlike some people say, they are not there, so I can find them in the winter. I do know where their graves are, considering I'm here often enough. They are put there for them to play with. Sarah and Lucy are the little girls that we often get EVPs from, electric voice phenomenon, where you ask questions of the dead and you don't hear it with your own ears, but when you replay your recorder back, you end up getting some answers. So we've had giggling. We've been up here with my friend Kerry, and we actually we brought a ball up last time, and they actually said, let's play ball. So what makes it unique, other than we often get them playing with the pinwheels for us, if we ask them to play, spin the right one but not the left one, spin the left one, not the right one. If they're both spinning, we'll ask one to stop, and they'll do that for us. But the oddity about this is not just that Sarah and Lucy are sisters and they're buried together, because that's quite common. But it's the fact that the day that Lucy died, September 24th, which is Lucy's on the right, a year after her death, her sister Sarah was born on that day, September 24th. And it took us a while being here and actually communicating with them, and we never noticed it on the graves. And one day I happened to be looking at them, and I was reading them out loud, and ironically had the recorders going, and I got shushed when I asked if Sarah was the reincarnation of Lucy. So, don't know who the shush was. Carrie was talking, and it wasn't obviously her, and we were the only two in the cemetery at the time, so I'm not quite sure. But the other ironic thing is, I'll take you to where her parents are. So follow me, and we'll go through the grave. That cone is where there's a sunken grave, so. And there might be traffic in the background, but this is one of the stops that we do nightly on Cape Cod's Haunted and History Tours. So you can look it up on Facebook, or you can actually go to capers.com, CAIPRS.com, and check out tour information there, which I would encourage you to do also. We have two tours. One is a ghost tour, a ghost hunter tour, which is Mondays and Fridays. So that's tonight for any of you paying attention. And the rest of the week is a haunted history tour, which kind of is my favorite. But don't tell anyone, even though I'm a field investigator for Capers. I like the history one. Okay, so this line, I'll pan over, of straight stones is Sarah and Lucy's family. Nathaniel Holmes is Lucy and Sarah's dad. Abaya is their mom. And Mary, Ephraim are their siblings, Harriet and Lucy, another Lucy. So I guess that was a thing back then, that if one child passed, you would name, and you liked the name, you would keep the name and just put it to another child. So 2 Lucys. So that's the trash train in the background. Lovely, isn't it? And Nathaniel Holmes was also the person who carved all the headstones as well. So, little trivia there for you. I will bring you over to Dr. Savage and his wife. This is his family that are right next to the Holmeses. His family's right here, right there. Going over here, these 2 huge white stones. This is Dr. Samuel Savage. Got a good reception on that one. And we have his wife, Hope, as well. Now, Dr. Savage lived in the building that is lovingly known as the House of 11 Ghosts. He had quite a few children, and he was the town doctor. And he also represented the, what'd you call him? He's not like a more like a Surgeon General at the time during the Revolution by George Washington for the Army. So, you know, quite an esteemed man. And there's speculation regarding him, but since it's speculation, I'd rather not say. But we have gotten EVPs from over here as well. So, and we've had quite a few. So, I'm going to bring you over to our next site. I'll do it quickly because I left my bag over there. I don't want that disappearing. One thing I find sad is a lot of these stones, they're so old that you'll find some of them are paper thin, and with all the moisture and shifting, they end up breaking, or frost heaves in the winter. They lost a lot of trees up here too, because there used to be a big tree that was right here. Now you have free reign of the playground. But that being said, it's a quick drop to the ground, so gotta pay attention to where you are. One of our other sites that we have is over here, the Crocker Nye plot. Sorry, I have a little hilly here getting down. Okay, you see those 5. Hello, Crocker Nye family. We had 2 couples that did not know each other and had met on the tour. And 2 were for the tour, believed in ghosts, 2 were not, and from each couple. And I guess as they were up here, they were not being quite as respectful, and each of them had an occurrence that happened here, including both skeptics, and they promptly ran out of the cemetery. Or I would say they walked very quickly out of the cemetery. So we have people that always come up here, especially if you want to be touched. But I'm usually respectful, so I usually get touched in the jail. And that also was one of our stops. But I'm going to refrain from taking video in that because during the tour we're not allowed to have any of the lights on until after the tour is over. So, but if you're ever in Barnstable, Mass, come to Cobb Cemetery. It's right across from the Coast Guard Heritage Museum, and you can check out Sarah and Lucy, the Holmes family, Dr. Savage and his wife Hope, the Crocker Nye. Actually, we've gotten EVPs throughout this whole cemetery. So, but those are some of the highlights, as well as over here where you see these 3 trees. We've had multiple people at different times, different years, have the same question answered. Each of them has asked, do you like the tours coming through here? And the response they get is a firm no in a male's voice. So I've sat there. I haven't gotten an EVP from there. I did get my REM pod and my millimeter would go off. So, oh, we got to back up. I would like to show you another grave that is very, very, very... Okay, I don't know if you can see it clearly. It says Emily, the 8th daughter of Reuben Howes and wife of Dr. Thomas W. Fawcett, died September 19th, 1885, age 72 years and 3 months. She was, words fail to tell what a woman should be. She was that. And I'm going to go to the back of that. Give me a minute. Got a little brace on my knee here. All right. Here lies my body moldering to clay, but the spirit has flown to the realms of day, where all can dwell in peace and love in the beautiful city, the fair courts above. I conversed with the spirits of the dead for 40 years, as with the living. She was the local witch. So, you know, that tells you right there how so far ahead Barnstable was in its open-mindedness regarding the paranormal. You have someone that actually put it on their gravestone. And this is her husband. I've practiced on the eclectic system in Mass, Ohio, and Michigan over 50 years and have never lost that number of patients. And I'll bring you to the front of his, which is her husband. Back her up. Thomas W.D. Fawcett, born 1813, 9th son of Obeil, and grandson of John Fawcett, and great-great-great-grandson of Patrick of Ireland. John's mother was Scotch. I am over 80 years of age. So that tells you right there. Isn't that fantastic? 1885, and proud declaration, the fact that she was a witch. Well, As you can see, Cobb is kind of expansive. It's very hilly. And if you ever had the chance to come here and check it out, please do. And we'll welcome you on our tour as well. So, Cape Cod Haunted and History Tours, or capers.com. And this is Para Cape Cod.